concept I heard casually and socially a few months ago was we obviously have first home buyer incentives. It would be interesting to have an incentive for a last home buyer as well. So we often talk about, we do talk about the aging population and the empty nesters, I think is the term. The kids are grown, they've got the 5-bedroom house, which they don't need. They're unencumbered, but the challenge they have is if they downsize, they're going to pay $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in stamp duty. Homeowner, we want to incentivize you, and this is true supply side, is there'd be a significant stamp duty discount or no stamp duty if you're retired. But you'd somehow measure it and you'd stress test it, then it becomes really something worthwhile considering, because if you can go down without paying the tax, then why wouldn't you?
Really good point, George. And this is now I've learned from you. And thank you. We speak about the first-time buyers all the time, but how do we look onto the end side of it of people when they're retiring? How often do we see that mom and dad, the investor, they receive this inheritance of the property from their parents' side of it, which they may have bought for years and years ago, and there is significant asset value with that property, emotional tie attached to it, and they keep that as a rental property. They get hardly about 3%, maybe less than 3% as a rental return until the dreaded land tax comes in.
Yes.
And the land tax takes away literally all of the rental return. And it makes no sense, right?
So, Manjuru, with these grandfathering provisions for properties already held by investors, there's this question popping up really frequently in the short span of time is one extra property. Can that be added using the grandfathering provisions? Because, say, for example, I've got a principal place of residence which I've been living for the last 5 years.
Yes.
Which was bought before the budget.
Yes.
And I thought, okay, can I upgrade my principal place of residence, buy a new property, and this, because it was purchased before the budget night, would still fall under those existing rules.
But what the reading says that we go on a title by title basis, right? It's all about that you had that particular title of that property, and grandfather provisioning applies on individual title. It's not replacing something else from one title to a new title.
So a lot of things will be clear as the legislation comes into play, and a lot of discussions happen before it is reflected into the policies as such, right?